on this car we've been doing in SolidWorks, so it's all CAD design. This is the chassis for the car, and then if you just flip over here, you can see it never loads. Got the assembly of the chassis and the floor pans and all our suspension, so the 4-link front and back, or 4-link in the back, and then our double A-arm in the front, which we still have yet to fabricate, but kind of just makes everything easier. Easier to figure out, that's for sure, because doing this with paper templates is a pain in the butt. So just make our drawings like this and then just lay them out. Takes a little bit to lay them out, but like I said, way easier than using paper and then hoping that your bend takeoffs and stuff are correct. So this is version 2 of the tunnel because version 1 was too big. So yeah, this is just the piece that's going to be going in between these two pieces. Hopefully it fits on the first try, but we're going to see here right away. Working on the Challenger. Yeah, so this is version 2 of the tunnel after version 1 was too big. So you can see here, we decided on this project to use the C6 Corvette pedal assembly and steering column. Thought it would make aligning everything easier, and I really didn't want the old style, like that I did it column. This thing's tilt telescoping, and then like with the bracket and everything, it puts everything where it would be in a Corvette. So all we're doing is aligning it left to right, seeing what's going to work for us, and then yeah, just making it mount to the firewall, making a brace up here to the cowl, and then figuring out where the seat goes. Right now the seat's not where it's supposed to be, but so yeah, we're working on second version of the tunnel because first version of the tunnel is on the ground over there. And you can see kind of where the driver's feet would be. It is way wider than what we found would even fit. So on version 2, we ended up kicking out the wall here. It goes down and then kicks out underneath. We need room for the exhaust down there. That's why it kicks out. And then it's narrower up top to give us about 1.5 inches or 2 inches between the gas pedal and the firewall, the tunnel. So just kind of working on wrapping the two up here. Made a nice patch panel that doesn't fit. So on version 2 of the version 2 panel. But yeah, just Clecoing this in. Whole thing's held together with Clecos right now because I don't know which panel to weld in first. We're gonna determine that next week. But yeah, so the rest of the car, I mean, you've seen it, I think, in at least one other video. This is our 71 Dodge Challenger project we're doing for a customer here in Winnipeg. And we've done work with this guy before. He's looking for basically just a super one-off custom car. He had this project sitting in another shop for a few years already, and they kind of did some exterior modifications, and then they ended up redoing the floor in the car, which we cut out. So yeah, I guess that brings us to what's under the car. So what's under the car right now is an in-house designed and fabricated frame. Box tube frames, this 2x4 box tubing, and then up here this is all custom designed, loosely based off of a C6 Corvette geometry, kind of like a bunch of other chassis manufacturers do. And then we're using Ford Mustang rack, and then you can see here laying out, we got half the firewall laid out, the other side, as this is just our test panel, that's why there's holes everywhere and whatnot, so we're just kind of seeing where our patterns are going to be, what's going to clear, where our wiring and stuff, the brake booster, that kind of stuff's going to be coming out. And then, yeah, like you can see here, the cowl on the Dodge, we just gutted it because we're doing a bunch of small mods to kind of make this car cleaner than your average Dodge. And that's obviously includes gutting the inner fenders, and everything on the front has got to be custom made yet, but Then like on the firewall and such, we're getting rid of the wiper motor. The wiper motor is going to be something based off of like a late model Challenger. So that puts the wiper motor inside the cowl. Still going to make all that stuff work, but that allows us to get rid of this pocket here in the hideous wiper motor. So we've got quite a bit of work to do here to just, you know, patch this in and then smooth the whole thing out. And it's going to lap over and spot weld into here, and then we're going to go across and we're going to weld this whole seam and smooth it out, so it's just going to be smooth all the way up to the top edge here. So yeah, I guess the rest of this car, we're kind of going for a driver. This guy wants to drive this car, even though it's going to be pretty intense and fairly expensive build, but he just rather have a car that works, because he's got a few other ones that he got built that ended up having some problems, which actually you're going to see in some future videos here. Some of his older builds are going to come in here and get fixed up. But yeah, as for power plant, that we got on the ground over here in the corner. Bunch of boxes and garbage, but it's just a Gen 4 HEMI 6.4. And then you can see on here we got stainless headers, I believe stainless headers, log style turbo manifolds. So this car's getting twin turbos. We've got them on the shelf over there. We're lucky enough to link up with Harry at HPT Turbo, and he sent us a set of his 64, 66 mirror image turbos for this car. So we're gunning to make 4-digit horsepower. And then behind this thing, we got in the bathroom the transmission for it. T56 6-speed built for 1400 horse, so really we shouldn't have any problems there. Running a monster clutch and a Ford 9-inch out back. So come around back here, this will kind of see our mock-up setup over here. We got parallel 4-link, and then it'll be on coilovers, but we got our stand-in links here for rigid mounting it and setting our heights and you know, locating the diff. So the diff's not even welded in, it's just kind of sitting in between the brackets, and the brackets are inside the frame. But a keen eye also noticed like we don't have the panhard bar in here, but that's because nothing's welded, so there's no panhard bar mount on the diff right now. So yeah, whole floor of this car was gutted a couple months ago in order for us to slide this chassis in here. And basically, yeah, from the rockers everything's gone. Firewall clear is going to be gone. The wheel tubs are going to be built here in the next few weeks. And then, yeah, trunk pan, everything. We're running a gas tank under here. And then, based on our renderings we got back, we're going to be running a larger style, just a diffuser in the back, and then center exit exhaust. So it's going to be definitely going to look interesting for a Challenger. No one's haven't seen anything built like this before, even gone this deep with modifications. Like if you see on the body here, we kind of have to deal with this because the automotive aftermarket right now has no quarters for a 70 to 74 Challenger. So actually, if you look down the car, I'll close the door here. You can see the previous shop widened the car out an inch, maybe an inch plus on both sides. But really, I don't like the way that it was done. So this is going to get tastefully modified. We have to keep these quarters because, like I said, we can't get any right now. Otherwise, we'd probably cut them off and put it back to stock width. But that's just something we got to deal with right now on this car. And then, yeah, like exterior is going to be fairly modern looking. We have a rendering of that car that more than likely have popped up once or twice in this video already. We got a quick deadline that's fast approaching, and some stuff doesn't go very fast on it, especially when you're redoing stuff 2 or 3 times. But yeah, so I guess you stay tuned for the rest of the build. Yeah, thanks for watching.